Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Saturday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. Hope everyone's doing well out there. I wanted to continue my Great Bands You Need to Listen to series. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I know I'm early into it, but just going back and rediscovering all these great bands that I have in my collection. This time I want to look at the amazing Canadian band, underrated band, in my opinion, and I think in a lot of people's opinion, April Wine. Really, really great band. And before I get into it, though, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. I greatly appreciate it. I really, really do. I want to continue to put great content out there to be informative and to show you guys some great bands and artists that I have in my collection. It's because of you guys, your likes, your subscriptions, your wonderful, wonderful comments that keep me going, keep me motivated to do this kind of thing, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So again, April Wine. What can you say about these guys? Big, big, big band in Canada. Still going in some form. Obviously, different lineup. Some of the members, unfortunately, have passed away. Miles Goodwin, the lead singer, is still there, but under a different group of people, musicians. But an awesome, awesome band. Had their start way back in 1969 from Halifax, Nova Scotia. They've released 20 albums since 1971. Combination of hard rock, blues rock, pop rock, rock, great, great ballads. 3 guitar-driven band at one point in time, just to give them that harder edge. Some international fame, but not as much as they deserved. Obviously big in Canada, for sure. Juno Award winners, I think Juno Award Hall of Fame winners as well, which is our Grammy equivalent in the States. Originally called Prism, not to be confused with the band Prism from Vancouver, another great Canadian band, one of my favorites. But Prism, so they didn't do all that well in Halifax, not a big market for them. So they moved to Montreal, a more stable base, more internationally known area, bigger bands coming through, obviously, and they opened for a lot of great bands from coming through to Montreal as well. I'm going to use a lot of pop-ups in this one because I don't have all their studio albums, and I'm only going to show I believe their first 10. Beyond that, it was a different format, different band, but their first 10 in the 70s just rocked. So their first album, self-titled album in 1971, I'll put that above. Great, great album. I've listened to it a lot. Got the big hit Fast Train on it, classic track. And at that time, they started to open for bands like Ike and Tina Turner and Badfinger and Stevie Wonder, all these bands coming through Montreal. So they needed an opening act, and April Wine was a perfect fit for these bands. On record, their second album, 1972 release. Their first single was a Hot Chocolate cover called Could Have Been a Lady. I haven't heard the Hot Chocolate version, but Could Have Been a Lady's a great rockin' tune. Really, really good. Became a big hit for April Wine as well. It cracked the Billboard's 100 at number 22. Bad Side of the Moon, another great single by these guys. I didn't realize that Bad Side of the Moon was an Elton John song. I've got to go back and find that song because Bad Side of the Moon was one of April Wine's classic tracks. It's just so good. I love the opening guitar riff in there. Again, a big hit in Canada and a minor hit in the States. Electric Jewel, their third album, when was that released? I'm not sure. So if on record 1972, so it's either got to be 73 or 74 because their next album was 75. So probably 73. I didn't write it down, I'm sorry. But Electric Jewel was the third album. Weeping Willow, classic track. Just Like That and Lady Run, Lady Hide. All fantastic, fantastic songs. I mean, these guys cranked out hits after hit after hit. And their deep cuts were just as good as their hits. That's how good these guys are. 1975's Stand Back, their fourth album, went double platinum in Canada. Tonight is a Wonderful Time to Fall in Love is the big hit off of this one, kind of a rockin' ballad. And I Wouldn't Want to Lose Your Love, another slower track, but really, really well sung by Miles. And also, they toured with Heart to promote that album as well. So no slouch of a touring partner on Heart for sure. I do have 1976, The Whole World's Going Crazy. I love this album. Love that cover as well. And this title is very, very prominent and true to life in today's situation. The whole world's going friggin' crazy. Some great hits off of this one. The cover's a little worn, but the album itself sounds wonderful. It's on the Aquarius label. You got Gimme Love, So Bad, Wings of Love, We Can Be More Than We Are, Rock and Roll Woman, Shot Down, Like a Lover, Like a Song, Kick Willie Road, and The Whole World's Going Crazy, the title track. Miles Goodwin wrote most of the tracks on this one. Again, very great singer, guitar player. Yeah, again, Like a Lover, Like a Song would be the single off of that one. Forever Now, which I don't have, it's their sixth album. March of 77, or around March of 77. You Won't Dance With Me, real poppy, slow ballad, beautifully sung as well. It's just a nice slow dance type of track, and become one of their biggest singles as well. And so in March of 77, they were booked to play a charity concert in Toronto at the El Mocambo, huge venue in Toronto. The co-headliner was a band called the Cockroaches, but it leaked out that the Cockroaches were actually the Rolling Stones. This is where the fame started to happen and the recognition started to happen for April Wine. Of course, the venue was packed because it was the Stones. A huge crowd turned out, and April Wine was captured on tape during their concert, and they released a Live at the El Mocambo album, which I've got to get. I've got to find that one. After that, they toured with the U.S., with the Stones, with Styx, with Rush. You know, that's getting some international fame off of that concert for sure. Another favorite of mine, 1978's First Glance. This one rocks. There's the band there. There's Miles Goodwin there in the middle. Yeah, three guitar powerhouse at this point. There's the back of the cover. I believe this is still on the Aquarius. Yeah, still on the Aquarius label. This is a great album. Hot on the Wheels of Love. Get Ready for Love. Rock and Roll is a Vicious Game. Another great big single for these guys. Right down to it. The Rockin' Roller. One of their best songs, I feel. Coming Right Down on Top of Me. I'm Alive. Let Yourself Go. And Silver Dollar. I mean, April Wine was just so good. So good. So First Glance, 1978 release. And the seventh studio album. Huge album for the band. They were kicking it at all cylinders at this point. Harder, Faster. The eighth studio album by these guys, another great album. Again, still on the Aquarius label. The release in 1979, Say Hello, big hit, cool track as well. I Like to Rock, just a fun rock and roll song. another multi-platinum selling album for the band in Canada. They continued to tour with huge bands at that point. Rush, Styx, Toto, Boston, Blue Oyster Cult. I mean, these are huge bands that these guys were touring with. And then they released their greatest hits in 1980, just packed full of wonderful songs. And I'm sure I have it somewhere. I just couldn't find it. One of my favorites again. All these albums are my favorites, man. They're just so good. And I just love the cover of this one. This is Nature of the Beast. Look at that cover. It's just so cool. Again, still on the Blue Aquarius label. The 9th album by the band. And another fantastic album of mine. Just Between You and Me. Kind of a slower rockin' ballad. Sign of the Gypsy Queen. Great track. I believe it's a cover, though. I think Sign of the Gypsy Queen's a cover. I'm not sure who did it, but I'm pretty sure it's a cover. Again, platinum selling album in Canada and internationally as well. Again, they started to tour with harder bands at this point in time. Crocus, Diamond Head, Harlequin, Loverboy, Neil Young, even King Crimson. They were touring with King Crimson, which was huge. Different market for King Crimson for sure. I'm wondering what the crowd thought of when this rock and roll band came out and then King Crimson came out with their unique style. But I think then they went on an 18-month hiatus. They were so burnt out at this point in time. They had to take a break. They just toured, put out albums. And of course, at one point in time, you just have to say enough's enough. So they took an 18-month hiatus. They came back with another great album, Power Play. Again, and this is kind of where I stopped listening to them, because at this point in time, there was tension in the band, and beyond this, I didn't get anything beyond this. I still have to get the previous ones that I've missed that I'm showing you up here, but this is another great album. Their 10th album came out in 1982. Enough is Enough, rockin' track. If you see Carrie and Anything You Want, You Got It. As Enough is Enough was a great MTV rotation video, so that brought them fame as well. They toured the Power Play tour with Uriah Heep, Saga, Eddie Money, again some great bands. Uriah Heep's becoming one of my favorite bands for sure. I don't have anything after Power Play, but they would continue to pop out albums. They'd put 10 more albums out there. The last, Roughly Speaking, I believe it was called, was put out in 2006. And some of the members of the band are not with us anymore. They passed away. So they played their last concert, a reformed April Wine, in 2021 in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. But April Wine's definitely a band you need to listen to. It's just a fun rock and roll band, and one you need to check it out. So I hope you do. And I just want to quickly show you some. I haven't picked in a while, since December, late December. So I've been itching. I needed a fix. So I found some great stuff, and I'm going to definitely listen to these and then do a review of some of these later on. But I'm so happy to find what I did. I hit the jackpot, I feel. So this is, and I love this band. This is Manfred Mann's Earth Band, The Good Earth. And apparently the original album, you actually had some earth given to you or something like that. I can't recall. I read that. It's on the Burbank Warner Brothers label. There's the back cover and the band. But this when I was listening to it, I always check it out on Spotify before I pick these up. And I was listening to "Give Me the Good Earth," the first track off that, and it rocks. It just, these guys are so good. The guitar work on here. They do also a uh, Earth Hymn Part 2, Be Not Too Hard, Sky High, Earth Hymn, I'll Be Gone, Launching Place. Great band. Their fifth release, 1974. The first song that I was mentioning, and maybe that's why it was so good, it was written by Gary Wright. Great stuff. Again, so far, from what I've heard, great album. Also, happy to find this one. I've got a bunch of Steve Miller, but I found the Joker yesterday. This is in beautiful shape. It's on the red Capital label. It's a gatefold as well. Really happy. This is his eighth studio album, released in 1973. Big hit for Steve Miller. Obviously the big hit, the Joker. The cover itself was rated as one of the best top 100 album covers by Rolling Stones magazine, which is a cool cover for sure. So I found that one. I also found from one of my favorite bands, Survival, Grand Funk, on this green Capital label. Again, all these are in mint condition, and they were like $7.99, something like that. Fourth album by the band, released in 1971. Feeling All Right and Gimme Shelter, two big hits off of that one. But Don Brewer wasn't happy with the drumming on this one. I was reading up on this album. Terry Knight wanted him to put tea towels over the drum heads, just like Ringo did in the Let It Be film. And the drums just, again, according to Don Brewer, the drums sound very weak. So I have to have a listen to that one for sure. But still happy to find it. As well as this one, except someone put their name. I don't know why people put their names on this, but this is Rare Earth Ecology. Another great funky band. I love this. I love their label as well. But great funky rhythm and blues band, Rare Earth, with the big hit Long Time Leavin'. And also, they also do a cover of Eleanor Rigby on this one as well. Third album, 1970 release, sorry. So Long Time Leavin' has kind of a Crosby, Stills and Nash feeling to Long Time Gone. But they're also, the hit off of this one as well to Born to Wonder. Real funky, jazzy track, but awesome to find. Again, fantastic shape on this one. And I had this next one long time ago. And of course, I went through a stupid phase where I got rid of all my stuff. But I'm happy to find this one again. And again, it's in perfect shape. Slow Flux by Steppenwolf. It's on the Columbia label. What an album this is. You got Straight Shooting Woman on this one. You got Smoky Factory Blues, Justice Don't Be Slow, Fishing in the Dark, Getting Into the Wind, Children of the Night, Gang War Blues, A Fool's Fantasy, Morning Blue, and Jeroboa. Fantastic stuff. There's the back cover there. Again, someone must have given up a lot of great albums. But Slow Flux, 1974, released the seventh studio album by this Canadian-American superstar of a band. Again, Straight Shooting Woman, Getting Into the Wind, Smoky Factory Blues, fantastic stuff. John Kay's vocals are just bang on this one. And finally, happy to find this one for sure. This is the Raiders, Indian Reservation, Paul Revere and the Raiders. It's on the beautiful Columbia label. Wow, this is These guys rock. You think, you know, earlier 60s, this is, when was this? Oh, sorry, this is a 71 release. But Indian Reservation, Birds of a Feather, Just Remember You're My Sunshine, Prince of Peace, Eve of Destruction, big, big hit. Come In, you'll get Pneumonia, Shape of Things to Come, Take Me Home, Heaven Help Us All, and The Turkey. Really happy to find this one. And again, in fantastic, fantastic shape. So there's my fix for a couple of days anyway. But I'm so happy to find these albums. And again, please check out April Wine. And have yourself a wonderful rest of the day. Talk to you again soon. Love you all. Bye now.